So this is a compilation by a guy calling himself The Wall. Uses an AI-generated character where the lips move in accordance with the audio. Let's check this out, shall we? Champagne after the divorce. Should you really be celebrating something like that? I don't understand this. What isn't a divorce bad? See, this tells me that somebody, probably these, also likely divorced broads or never married broads who are old and unhappy, convinced her that it was somehow a good thing getting divorced. When is it a good thing? That's like saying a car accident is a good thing. It's a crash. It's an accident. It's a horrible thing. How are you thinking it's a good thing that you need to be celebrating it? I don't get this. So she's still young. Okay looking body there. Yeah, she thinks she can do better. I see. Still getting the attention from the dudes. Clubbing after divorce. So she's looking to get banged by a Chad. Loving on my friend's baby after divorce. Do you have any babies of your own, honey? And if so, what are you doing getting divorced? It looks like she got divorced just so she could go out and party. So he probably had boundaries. I'm going to go out and party with my girlfriends at a club. Why? Isn't that signaling, advertising that you are single and that you're looking for a man? That's the only reason chicks go to clubs with girlfriends. How about I go with you, sweetheart? Then we can go out. No, I just want to go out with my girlfriends because I want men to think I'm single. That's why I take off my wedding band when I'm there. I want to get attention from men and validation from men other than you. And expose myself to possible temptation. But don't you trust me, dear? When you want to go around acting single and do things that make me question whether or not I should trust you?
Welcome to The Wall. In today's video, we'll dive into a very intriguing divorce story where a modern woman doesn't make it clear why they're not wife material. How
should I do this? Should I get like a talking head Socrates? Or an Aristotle sitting there but the mouth moves in accordance with my words?
her friends celebrate her divorce, the real reason her marriage ended, which she claims she can't quite explain. Brothers, don't miss it, because it's a story that reveals a fascinating truth. Your support means a lot to us. Give us a like and subscribe to the channel.
I think the fascinating truth is simply that women seem to value collective approval and validation from their fellow woman, the sisterhood, as well as men other than their husband. That seems to be the simple truth.
We're aiming for 100.
That they value that over their marriage and their kids.
150,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Share your experiences and advice in the comments. That's what helps this community grow. Turn on notifications so you don't miss a single video. All right, let's get started.
Yeah, don't forget to follow and like and subscribe to my channel as well. I literally just got divorced. Okay, is there figurative divorce?
I just got divorced. And be done. I don't ever have to see him again. That was so hard. Just because so painful. No, I couldn't.
Why'd you do it then? I don't understand. If it was the right decision and if it was so good for you, why would it be so hard and so painful? Shouldn't that be telling you something, sweetheart? Like maybe you made a mistake?
Look at him. I couldn't say hi. I couldn't say bye. And I just walked away.
Oh, that sounds like the mindset of someone who is ashamed of what they're doing because they're doing the wrong thing.
This. You see that I loved the most in this entire world.
If you loved him more than anything in the entire world, why'd you leave him?
That I loved the most in this entire world, you know? That was it.
This is my favorite car. I love this car. I think I'll sell it. Why, you need the money? Nah, I'm just going to sell it because, I don't know. I love it more than anything else. It's my most prized possession. I'm just going to sell it for no reason.
That's how the story ends. I loved him with everything that I was. Yeah, it's done. Oh, God, I'm fucking broken, man. I fucked up hurt.
You listen to this broad, her actions don't align with her words. She's hurt, she's broken. I loved him more than anything. He was my most favorite person in the world, and I divorced him.
I kept it together so that, but I did that shit. I did that alone. I got divorced alone. I did it myself. I did all the work. I did all the research. So I can't stop trying to buy up the choice.
Is she fishing for approval and a validation for how strong and independent she is for doing all this herself? She puts a great deal of emphasis on how independent and strong and able she is because she did it all herself. She's just fishing for approval and validation. Is that why she got divorced? Is that it? Oh my God.
I did all the research. I did all the work. I did all the paperwork. I did all the legal documents.
It's called being an adult, honey. Yeah, so what? Whoop-de-doo-dah.
I fucking did it.
Who are you looking for approval from? Mommy and Daddy? What is this?
He was there.
Huh?
When I arrived,
Yeah.
like he was there early.
Huh?
So I
Okay.
like, well, I'd say
Yeah, he's a man. He has to be responsible. What about you? Not so much.
he said hi and just didn't felt like most shameful tone. I was shaking for a while.
You felt shame. Why? It's the right decision, right? Your reasons are right? Your motivations are right? They're based on something, correct and right and the best decision for you, right? You're not leaving him just to get clicks and attention and you go girls from the sisterhood, right?
And then eventually, like, calmed down. And I calmed down because he was the person that I felt safest with. I don't know if my brain, I guess that was like a coping mechanism. I don't know.
He was the person you felt safest with, but you left him?
But I stopped shaking, and then we signed all the paperwork and went in, and it was relatively fast. I mean, there were a few things that we were missing, like name and address for, so we filled that out together. So we stepped aside and filled it out together, and then we went back to the window and gave them all the documents. And where's my hands? And I stayed strong. I stayed strong the entire time.
Hooray for me! What is this?
That was grand. You are. But I'm gonna go to the pier. I'm just gonna sit at the beach and take a few deep breaths. That was so hard. It was sad.
It was so hard. The implication being that I got through it, though, as hard as it was. What's with all this self-congratulatory BS?
As always, crocodile tears. always trying to play the victim when you were the one who asked for the divorce. The worst part is, as you can see in the intro video, she went out partying with her other single friends that same day to celebrate. But
Of course.
supposedly, she just ended things with the person she loved most in the world. You can't believe this nonsense. But let me remind you, dear,
I don't believe any of it. Not with what she did after. So this was just BS to make it seem like it was a bigger ordeal for her than it actually was. Like, she lost more than she actually did. Meanwhile, she's out partying with her friends and twerking a few hours later. And I'm supposed to believe this guy was the person you loved more than anything, you felt safest with in all the world, and you suffered some big loss. Your actions say otherwise.
that in a relationship, there are always two people involved. While you felt so broken but still went out partying with your friends, your ex was probably dealing with his own inner storm. Did you ever consider that it's not always easy for a man to face a breakup? It's like a kid getting his ice cream snatched away in one blow. And of course, it's not the fault of the person who took it, but of the one who didn't take care of his ice cream, right, brothers?
It has been almost a week since I got divorced, and
Who is this? This is a completely different person, or is this a different person? Is that her? It doesn't look like the same person. The eye color's different, the hair looks different, everything looks different. I mean, no makeup, but what about the eyes? Were they fake eyes? Were they contact lenses, colored contacts? Or is this a different woman? I don't know. Let's see.
recorded that video. That video was my raw, vulnerable emotions after leaving the courthouse.
It's
I
the same
recorded it on my
broad.
phone.
That's the same broad. She looks totally different.
For myself, I tend to block out a lot of really heavy memories in my life, and this being the most difficult thing I've ever been through, I felt it was really important for myself to have recording of my initial reaction.
Is that her? I'm just... Doesn't the hair... Is the hair even different? Everything looks different.
And thoughts and words. I'm really glad that I did. I sat with it for a few days. I watched it for a few days, and then I decided it was something that I wanted to share with the internet. Because I did see...
Yeah, great acting. I watched it a few days. I spent a few days editing it. Yeah.
how relatable it was, how raw it was, how common that women and people go through these things. And
She's such a fake person. No personality there of any kind. Who are you, honey? What makes you tick? What are you? I think we know what she is.
it is the most difficult day of their entire life, and
Oh,
there's no right way to process it.
most difficult.
So for me, I felt it was
What do you mean most difficult? Like it happened to you? No, you made it happen. Most difficult. Give me a break. You're no victim.
important to share. I am so thankful for the general support and kindness and love.
You're not only thankful for it, that's probably why you divorced your hubby.
All I want is women in my corner who are such badasses.
There you go. She wanted to be a badass, just like all the rest of the sisterhood. They're all divorced. Ooh, they're all victims. They're all strong, and they get to flex and say, "I survived this self-imposed ordeal. Look at me."
Have been through it and see that the other side is worth it. The
Well, what other
general
side?
feel of the negative root.
You mean Chad and Tyrone on the other side of the fence, who convinced you to cross over because you thought that was greener grass, but really they're just pumping and going to dump you later?
Comments are spam accounts or people that very clearly have not gone through what I'm talking about, so they just don't understand.
Oh, anybody that trolled me or left a negative comment is just a spam account. Nobody has an opinion that is, against anything I did. No. They're just spammers. They don't understand.
So those comments are all deleted. But I
I deleted all those comments. I'm not going to listen to anybody except the people that tell me what I want to hear and give me the attention and validation and sympathy and approval that are the reasons I divorced my husband.
appreciate everybody responding back to the rude ones. You're a real one for that.
Simps.
I have been separated and single for over a year now. The last year has, hands down, without question, been the absolute best year of my entire life.
She's been kicking it with Chad and Tyrone. Hitting it and quitting it. She's getting a lot of them butterflies. Woo-hoo-hoo-hoo. Yeah.
I have accomplished and done things that I never thought that I would be able to do.
Like what?
The love and freedom that I have felt for myself and my
Love and freedom, hence the attention and validation that I got from Chad and Tyrone made me feel so good about myself. Not to mention all the positive "you go girls" from my fellow sisters. Yeah.
my life is inexchangeable. So I'm doing well. I'm in a really good headspace. I actually haven't been able to cry in a very, very long time. And that moment that I recorded was pretty much the first time that I've cried in 6 months, 8 months.
I thought you said that was a year ago. And by the way, honey, I don't believe those tears were real at that time. So you're just a good actress, like most women.
And I'm really proud that I was able to feel it and breathe through it. And
Yeah, you're proud. You have all this pride for something that at the time you felt shame about. That was the correct emotion. Pride is not.
be okay. I had so many incredible celebrations. I saw so many great people and just felt all the love.
Celebrations, meaning I partied a lot and went home with a lot of random dudes.
So big things are coming. I'm so proud of myself. I'm doing okay.
Do men talk like this? Do men ever say, "I'm so proud of myself"?
Thank you for the love and the support.
Loser.
That's why I've always said, on the wedding day, there's only one person getting married out of love, and that's the man. The woman marries for a lifestyle. This woman is the type who married for a ring and a big wedding. She films herself needing external validation, likely because many of her family members didn't agree, though her single friends cheered her on.
Also, many of her family members, probably her mother, father, she didn't get the attention, the validation, the approval that she should have been getting at a very young age. So now she's starved for these things, and those things are what are most important to her.
Misery loves company, after all. For a man, this is his greatest fear. Marrying a young woman who one day suddenly wants a divorce, especially when going through a tough time, something common in first marriages. It's for reasons like this that men will tell you not to marry a party-going woman. These women don't want to be wives. They want to say they're married. Or, even more so nowadays, they want to say they got divorced to paint themselves as victims of an abusive marriage.
Yeah.
Remember, brother, if the toad comes from the streets, no matter how much you kiss it, it won't turn into a princess. It'll remain a toad.
There's been a lot of questions.
Uh-oh. Now she's morphed again. Now she looks like a totally, completely different person here. Her face is chunkier. So some more time has passed. She's put on weight. Changed the hair color yet again. The eyes are a totally different color now. What is this? Is she a shapeshifter or something? What's going on here?
Of why I've gotten divorced, and although I don't owe anyone anything, I do understand that people are very curious. In my case, I've been single for over a year, and there's still to this day a lot of conversations that were not had. There was a lot of information that I still haven't been given.
I think there just must be a lot of simps in her inbox pretending to be interested. That's all, honey.
So I think that there's not a simple answer and reasoning in my case. As far as the really deep personal reasoning, I don't think that that's something that needs to be shared on the internet as of now.
The translation is she doesn't know. Or she does know, actually. The truth is that it's something very, very facile. It's very shallow. Her reasons were just attention and validation seeking and wanting to fit in with all the other broads out there, wanting to be a victim, nothing more.
I think that people have gone through similar things easily understand that it's not a simple answer. There's usually not a simple reasoning. It's so multi-layered and
What?
difficult. And
No!
sharing the really deep.
He beat me! He did this, he did that, he was mean to me. It's pretty simple. Reasons are like, here's the reason. What do you mean it's complex and multi-layered? What the hell does that mean? It means I want to avoid the real reason because it's very vapid.
The personal reasons really does create a space of assumption and judgment and misunderstanding, and that's not something that I need through my
Then tell us the reason.
healing. So I will share that I did enter a marriage very young, at 22.
He took advantage of me. I was too young. I didn't know what I was doing. He led me around by the nose.
With someone from another country who, at the end of the day, did need something from me.
Are you telling me you married a dude because he wanted a green card? Is that what you're implying? Really?
And did choose to enter a very serious marriage.
Is there any other kind? Ooh, is there such a thing as unserious marriage? I mean, apparently on her part there is.
Legal attachment to me in order to gain something. And through it, I have learned that so much of my life was manipulated and lied about.
So he was he manipulated me. Oh, yeah. Really? But if he married you to get something out of you, you must have known that from the start, right? Or did somebody tell you that? Was he a foreigner and then your girlfriends convinced you, hey, he just wants a green card from you. He doesn't really love you? This is why you don't have a bunch of cackling hen girlfriends, okay? This is why you don't let your woman hang out with single broads, okay? Only other married chicks.
And through it, I continued to believe in the good and continued to believe the lies and manipulation that I was being told because I cared so deeply about this person. I was so in it.
So I just made a bunch of assumptions based upon speculation from my very single, miserable, unhappy friends, and I still to this day don't know the truth. That is why I am not going into any great detail, because again, it was just assumptions and speculation. Mm-hmm.
Because I wanted so desperately to believe in that fairy tale love that I was being promised. I wanted so desperately to believe that someone could purely love and choose me, and that's all that I wanted.
Well, how do you know that wasn't the case? It sounds like she married a dude, and then her friends came along and tossed in some poison pills and convinced her otherwise, that he had differing motivations than what she actually believed. But prior to these friends whispering in her ears and poisoning her thoughts, she didn't have any of these negative beliefs about the partner's motivation. So it sounds like your friends ruined your relationship. Sounds like people online chattering in your ear ruined your relationship.
Was to be chosen. And yeah, I think I was really, really taken advantage of, and unfortunately a perfect victim for someone that needed something from me in this case. And there's a lot that I've had to reflect on and grow from without being given all of the information and the truth.
What information? What truth? Why don't you go into detail? Because she has no facts. She has no facts. It's just feels.
So that's kind of a short, simple, vague explanation, but
very vague.
Through it can understand very easily. It's not an easy answer.
No, I don't understand anything you're saying. I mean, I've been able to, read between the lines and come to some conclusions because I'm old and I'm a philosopher and I can think critically, but vague doesn't even begin to address how vague you actually have been.
Very complicated. It's very sad. It's so multi-layered. So
again, with the multi-layered.
It's very hard for her to say the reason, brothers. She was too young, manipulated, just excuses. Just say you wanted to live your single life while being married. You thought marriage would give you the same freedom as when you were single, hanging out with your group of friends, but when your husband set his boundaries, you got married and then walked away. Classic modern woman behavior. I'm sure her friends influenced the relationship. They were the first ones to take her out to celebrate on what was supposed to be her hardest day. And you might ask, why do you say that? The wall? Look at how she tries to silence negative comments, at how she says she deletes anything that doesn't fit her narrative, at how she goes out partying. There's a video coming up after this that will confirm all these doubts. Brothers, this is why men recommend living with a woman before marriage, because what she shows you when you're living together is exactly what you'll get in marriage.
Not necessarily. There are some women out there who are good enough, who have enough self-control, who are good enough actresses, that they can fool you right up until after you put the ring on the finger and sign on the dotted line. This is why I suggest you never marry a Western broad. And if you do go overseas and get married, do not bring her back to your Western country. Ever.
Like I said, these women are only after a ring. The moment you sign that paper, they change and you're left messed up.
Yeah, I think all this talk about him wanting something from her is just projection. She wanted something from him. She wanted the ring. She wanted to be taken care of. She wanted the fairy tale. And she's projecting the way she is onto him, which is what all women do, especially when they want to deflect and shift responsibility.
But as she says, it's complicated to explain.
To be able to kiss whoever I want.
What the hell is this? She's morphed again! Who is this? She obviously doesn't know who she is. Every time you see a new video from her, I don't recognize her. The hair's different again, now another different eye color. The eyebrows have changed color. What the hell? Even the style of makeup has completely changed. What is this? Shapeshifter chick, yo! Alright, so I'm able to kiss whoever I want.
Hook up with whoever I want. Or go to sleep if I want. Is the best feeling ever.
And she's lost weight here. She was much chunkier in that last video. She went from thin to fat to thin, looking totally different hair color, different eye color in each video. Wow.
I'm 25, and I've been through so many lifetimes already. It feels.
Is this now her natural hair color, maybe? It definitely looks better than the blonde thing did.
And I just... this is the best time.
Yeah, you're 25! And you're not a bad-looking broad. I mean, you're not great-looking, but you're not bad. And these days, with the market as it is, with the vast majority of women being obese, morbidly obese, yeah, market value's going up in the eyes of a lot of men. So, yo, it's the best time. Wait till you're 30, sweetheart. Wait till you're 30. Oh, the ride will end, okay? It's
the most freedom. It's the most at peace. This is the best that my life has ever been. And I can make my own choices, and I can live, and I can just be present.
This chick is damaged goods. She seems like somebody who grew up in a very abusive household with overly controlling parents. The way she's talking about being able to do what she wants, when she wants, how she wants to do it. It's this overemphasis on control and being able to make whatever choice she wants, regardless of how self-destructive it is, that leads me to believe that she grew up in an overly controlling, abusive household. So she's traumatized, she's dysfunctional, a big shocker.
Brothers, she's thrilled, living her best life. The hot dog season has begun. And then they tell me I'm wrong. Look at the first thing she said. Being able to kiss whoever she wants, hook up with whoever she wants, go to bed whenever she feels like it. It's the best feeling in the world. Then she says she can't explain why she got divorced. Like I said, and I'll say it again, if the toad comes from the streets, no matter how much you kiss it, it won't turn into a princess.
By the way, how's she going to bed whenever she wants? Don't you have a job, sweetheart? You don't have a husband anymore, so don't you have to work? Or is he paying her alimony? She's living a largely consequence-free lifestyle, but it won't last.
These modern women aren't wife material. That man made the worst mistake of his life. spending money to marry a woman who only wanted a party. And what is she up to now? Touring around Europe, doing the passport sister thing. Because, as I said, hot dog season is open. But remember, she's a woman. So she has to be the victim. She's the heroine who left her manipulator. You can't make this stuff up.
Congratulations to you, man. I heard you just closed on 3 multi-million-dollar contracts.
Yes. That was, yeah.
But then your wife left you.
She looked like she bigger than him.
Life, bro.
So are you asking a question?
Yeah, I guess the question is, man, did that make you be like, well, maybe this is timing, it just is what it is, or like...
I had a revelation. And the revelation is, young kings, focus on the bag. After you get the bag, choose what's best for you. Not what you want, choose what's best for you. Before you get to the bag, do your due diligence to pray to whoever it is you pray to and meditate that your blessings actually be on hold until you are aligned with your destiny so that you don't lose your blessings.
So he's afraid to come out and say, focus on yourself, focus on your career, build up wealth, build up resources, and once you have those, guard them as jealously as you possibly can. And be very discerning when it comes to women, if you even get with a chick.
I need you to understand. Focus on your bag. Pray, meditate that you have the discernment to have people in your life who are going to elevate you and not suck you dry.
Exactly. It was Denzel Washington who said, "Be careful at your highest moment. That's when the devil comes for you."
Sure. That's when you have the most to lose. And that's when the devil then has the most to gain.
Didn't expect was for the enemy to be so close. In the United States, the divorce rate is at 8.
Yikes! Did you see that, creature? Let's go back to that. I want to see that again.
Enemy to be so close. In the United States, the...
Yikes. Hidioso. She's a blob, and he's not. Boy, you ladies got to learn to put down the fork or, get on the treadmill or something.
divorce rate is at 80% initiated by women, 55% if the woman is over 45.
90% plus if she's gone to university.
What does that tell you? When you're closest to retirement, when you've saved the most as a man, when you've accumulated more wealth,
Carrot Top? What's with that hair?
That's when she comes for the bag. That's why he tells you, focus on the bag, kings. This isn't a message against women. A man of
Maybe it ought to be.
value doesn't hold...
They seem to collectively go down this route of robbing men blind, so maybe it should be against women.
grudges because he knows it only consumes the one who harbors it. He dusts himself off and moves forward, finding the positive side of failure, but
Well, how is holding against women the things that women largely do, holding a grudge? It's just acknowledging reality.
growing wiser. That's why, brothers, focus on yourself, your body, your finances, your health. Be selfish with your life and time, so that the one who joins you knows you love yourself, that your happiness depends on no one but you, and that anyone who comes into your life is a compliment, not your entire life. I'd love to hear your thoughts on this.
Yeah, so on that note, let me add that, you cannot depend on others for happiness. If you depend on others for happiness, then they are your master and they have control of you, and then they can essentially exercise power that normally they would not have. Don't give people that kind of power over you. And as for being selfish, selfish means that you do what's best for your own well-being. It's that simple. Selfishness is good, not bad. People out there that want to take advantage and rob you will tell you that being selfish is bad because they want something from you that they did not earn. That's all the people in the world that love to use the word selfish. It's just because they want unearned resources from you. So don't listen to that BS. Somebody calls you selfish, it's probably because they want something from you, and you focusing on you stops them from being able to easily get it. Anyway, on that note, I'm out of here. That's the first time I've reviewed The Wall and his content. Not bad. Anyway, let me know what you think in the comments of the original shape-shifting morphine. It's like, who is this chick? Look like a different chick in every single video. Yikes! Let me know what you thought of that video compilation. Please like and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you have not already. Give me a thumbs up, hit the notification bell to be, well, notified of new content. And leave a comment. I tend to answer them directly because I get so few. Anyway, I'm out of here. I am the realist philosopher, also known as the bachelor philosopher, because, you know, if you're a realist as a man, you're going to be a bachelor. And I wish you all a good and pleasant day. Take care.